Welcome back to Klepper's Corner, Weird World News, the show where we sift through the internet's finest nonsense and say, yep, that tracks. This week we've got rogue birds, glowing fish, haunted toasters, and the most desperate boyfriend since Romeo. Let's dive in before something else explodes, like a Michigan teenager's relationship. Segment 1, Teen Bombshell. Our top story: love makes you do crazy things, buy flowers, write poetry, email a bomb threat to a Caribbean cruise ship, you know, normal stuff. A 19-year-old Michigan man sent a fake bomb threat to stop his girlfriend from going on a cruise with her family because nothing says "I miss you" like a felony and a federal investigation. Now, he's facing serious charges, and she's facing serious questions like, did I really date the human equivalent of an airport security breach? Segment 2, Turkish family feud goes global. Over in Turkey, one teen really wanted to go to a party so badly she clocked her grandmother in the head with her phone during an argument. Paramedics were called, grandma bled, and the whole thing somehow went global. Because if there's one thing the internet loves, it's elderly assault and family drama with subtitles. Note to teens, if you want to go to the party, maybe just sneak out like a normal, emotionally unstable youth. Segment 3, Bridge to Insanity. Meanwhile, in China, they're finishing the world's highest bridge, 625 meters above the Beipan River. That's 2,051 feet for Americans. Or, as I call it, my worst recurring nightmare. This is what happens when civil engineers start saying things like, you know what's missing from this canyon? Existential terror. Perfect for thrill seekers, skydivers, and goats with a death wish. Segment 4, Fireboy and the Proposal. At Fireboy DML's sold-out concert, a fan proposed in the middle of the Royal Albert Hall. Romantic? Sure. Strategic? Absolutely. She had two options: say yes or look like the world's most heartless villain on TikTok. I respect the move. Go big or go home. And if she said no, there were 6,000 people to help him ugly cry into his overpriced merch. Segment 5, Florida man versus 47 roosters. Say it with me now, Florida man. This time, a man was arrested for stealing 47 roosters, not for a petting zoo. No, he was allegedly training them for illegal cockfighting. Why 47? Because 48 would be insane. He was caught with DIY cages, rooster steroids, and a VHS tape labeled Rocky II Poultry Edition, Florida, where crime meets feathers. Segment 6, Oregon's glowing fish mystery. On the beaches of Oregon, glowing fish are washing ashore. Some say it's bioluminescence, others say aliens. Either way, it's proof that nature is weird, the ocean is haunted, and Twitter is full of people who need hobbies. Experts are investigating, but ex-users already solved it. It's either radioactive sushi or the fish are evolving to rave. Segment 7, Scottish peacock terror. In a small Scottish town, a rogue peacock is terrorizing residents. It escaped from an estate and now spends its days screaming, strutting, and pecking paint off cars like an avian anarchist. Local attempts to trap it have failed, and it's now referred to as the feathered menace. Some call it a nuisance, others call it Scottish Batman. Either way, the town is one bird closer to total collapse. Segment 8, Toaster from Hell. An Ohio man claims his haunted toaster is sending him lottery numbers. He posted photos of toast with burned-in digits, swore it was real, and even won $500. So, either we've got a psychic appliance or a dude who's one burnt Pop-Tart away from full possession. I tried asking my blender for stock tips. It told me, buy kale, now I'm broke and gassy. Segment 9, 15,000 rubber ducks later, And finally, California. A woman now owns over 15,000 rubber ducks and built a museum in her house. This is what happens when Beanie Babies and bubble baths collide. Her collection includes cowboy ducks, astronaut ducks, zombie ducks, basically every duck that shouldn't exist but somehow must. And now she's famous. Because if there's one thing Americans love, it's excessive hoarding with a smile. That's it for this week's Weird World News. Remember, whether it's haunted toast, bird-based terror, or a teenage crime of passion so dumb it's romantic, the world is a flaming dumpster full of bizarre treasure. See you next time on Klepper's Corner, and if your toaster tells you anything, maybe don't listen.
I made a big old promise, said I'd fix the price of gas. Told you eggs would be cheaper, but now you're crying at the checkout fast. Said I'd be the best, folks, believe me, it's true. Now you're selling your furniture just to buy some stew. Yeah! What happened to that? Ooh, I did that. Well, I did that. Groceries high as a cat in a hat. You thought I'd save your cash, but now your bank account is trash. Oh, I did that. You did that. Oh, no. Remember when I told you gas will be so cheap? Now you're crying at the station. Filling up ain't neat. A carton of eggs, forget about those. Better start investing in some backyard crows. Get a chicken, We blame the Fed, blame the Dems, blame the media too. Blame Hunter, blame windmills, what else can I do? I take no responsibility, that ain't my style. Now let's all pretend this didn't happen for a while. Call, get a chicken. Ooh, well, I did that. Economy's flat like a popped air match. You thought I'd bring relief, now you're cutting coupons like a thief. Oh, I did that. Yeah, he did that. Ooh, Listen, folks, listen. I never said prices would drop. I just said eventually, maybe by 2053. And hey, windmills, folks, you know they're to blame, right? Windmills and Nancy Pelosi. That means he ain't got one. Ooh, Listen, folks, listen. I never said prices would drop. I just said eventually, maybe by 2053. And hey, windmills, folks, you know they're to blame, right? Windmills and Nancy Pelosi. So if you're feeling hopeless, if your wallet is tight, just re-elect me, baby, and I'll make things right. Sure, last time I failed, but let's not dwell, 'cause this time my plan is, that means he ain't got one. Some say it's the markets, some say it's a trend. I say just trust me, 'cause I'm your best friend. Forget all the past, ignore all the facts. Let's all pretend that I never said that. La 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 la, don't check the tapes.